Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen.
Cocomelon.
You don't know it, but we're back.
We're kind of back.
Because we've been with you for like every other Monday.
Show must go on.
But actually, it's our first time recording an episode in a month.
In a month.
Almost a month. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Tabletop Podcast. It's your boys, the Mings. And we've got a very special guest. It's no stranger to the airwaves. It's our producer slash writer slash content developer for our platforms. It's Vivian.
Oh, wait. Whoa. Hey, Vivian, what do you?
Hello.
Hi, Vivian.
Yes.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah.
Vivian seems to be... I mean, if you guys clicked on this podcast, you probably already know what the topic is, but Vivian seems to be on the topics where it comes to being alone.
Yeah.
And today we're going to deep dive
That's a really weird...
It's a bit sad.
Why?
I don't know.
If we could have gotten like Desmond, you know?
Hold
Yeah.
on, we haven't recorded anything in a month. I'm still trying to wrap my head. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been that long.
Colony was a month ago.
When was Colony?
A month ago.
A month ago.
Okay. That's great.
Speaking about Vivian, who will not die alone. I'm
Who
going to
knows?
claim
Who
onto
knows?
that. Actually, we all kind of die alone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so before we dive into today's topic,
There has been no proper intro.
there's no proper
Okay,
intro.
before we go into such a moment talk, I hope you guys have been doing great. I hope like it's gotten back to some kind of normal for you guys. I don't know. It's like we're in a post RMCO. We are in
Still
We are still in
extended.
RMCO.
extended
Yeah.
to the end
Okay,
of
can we
the
quickly talk about that? Like, what were
year.
your feelings and thoughts when they said, "Oh, RMCO is extended"?
I actually thought we'd go back to MCO. 100%.
Same. You?
Aye.
I was like, nothing.
then,
Like, okay.
Yeah. Like, was there a surprise?
Yeah.
Was anyone shook?
Oh, but yesterday was a surprise. 100 freaking new cases.
100 cases.
So from the time of this recording, apparently somebody has been a bit itchy.
Kedah and police.
Yeah, who's running around
Isn't it
without pants?
Sabah? No.
And Sabah.
I mean, Sabah.
Yeah, there's been a big surge of cases. So please, guys,
Keep in your pants.
Take
Not
care.
also that.
wear a mask.
Wear a mask,
Yes,
wash your hands.
please.
Wash
don't
your
go out.
hands.
Oh my
and
gosh.
let's be honest, don't think that it's going to be over until there's a cure.
Yeah.
Correct.
So it's permanent RMCO.
Something is squeaking on set and I can't figure out what. Again, guys, if you're tuning into the video right now, you are tuning into another temporary set.
Yeah, this is not... Okay, we're in the office. Okay, I can't say it's a new office.
It is the same office.
It's the same office, but we've done some...
Yep,
don't
that's-
shake the table.
that's definitely the table.
We've done some major renovation works. You can see like behind us. We've never shot this angle before, but this isn't the usual set. The set's actually under construction, and you hopefully be able to see it in a couple of weeks' time.
But if you're like most of the majority of everyone who just
Double inclusion.
hits the play button and puts us on the side for us to watch you cook, study, or bathe.
It's okay.
I know it's up to you.
It's okay.
It's up to you. But I think that's a good segue into today's topic, right? In the COVID season.
Segues are like when you link a
Alright,
topic to
absolutely
another.
unsegue.
You say segue into
We're
today's
segueing
topic.
into this topic. We talked about the RMCO, the MCO, and whatnot, and a very big thing I think I've read during articles or so is nurses and doctors sharing the experiences of the patients in ICU.
Yeah.
Right? And someone sent in a message for us to talk about a specific topic. I know this is pretty heavy. This is going to be pretty heavy, interestingly heavy for a topic to start your day off, or you're watching it at night. Who's the guy's name?
Ch'ng Kai Liang.
Ch'ng Kai Liang sent
Liang.
us an
Shout
article
out.
on medium.com written by Niklas Goki. I'm completely butchering the name. It's titled "I'm Terrified of Dying Alone," and yet it's the one destination we all share.
Yeah, I think if
Wow,
That's
that's crazy.
I think
Let's break it
that's
down.
not light. I think what it matters to you right off the bat, right? Let's just do this test. When you hear someone say, "Are you scared to die alone?" The
does it
first thing that comes to your mind, that fear, is probably what matters to you a lot in life. Like, let's say if you really want to be in a relationship, your first thing that will come to your head is like, "No, I don't die alone. I want to have someone by my side." I
Yeah.
want to be
That's
married."
what I was thinking about.
Right?
Okay.
Or if like people like me, I don't die alone in the middle of the ocean. That's a very big fear. I don't want to ever be stuck in the middle of the ocean somewhere and drown and die alone.
Why?
That's a fear. That's the only kind of way I don't want to die alone.
Oh.
I don't want to be, like for example, I have a fear of heights.
Yeah.
I don't die alone, the lift crashing down suddenly.
okay.
Like
Yeah.
morbid death
yeah,
lah.
Morbid
yeah,
death.
that kind of things.
Okay.
But I know we're going to jump into this today.
I've come to peace completely dying on an airplane.
Oh my God.
Like I'm
Yes.
completely okay with it.
I think I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm so okay
Yeah.
with it.
There was a time that the minute the plane has turbulence.
You cannot.
Yeah.
I cannot.
Okay.
I'm out.
Let's quickly dive into that. So, first impressions when you heard the
Man.
topic, right? Did you think like me that it was that means dying alone, as in being single for the rest of your life?
That's what I thought.
I think it's because
It's
we
probably the first
joke
topic.
about
Yeah,
it.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
first
People
topic.
joke about it and they say, "Oh, you know,
You'll die
I'm
alone,
single. I'm single. I'm probably going to die alone."
Yeah.
Like your family suddenly don't exist. How
Yeah.
about your friends?
Yeah.
Or
Wait,
that.
that's what my mom. Like, okay, back to.
Talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm always here to talk about how single.
I'm single.
Yeah. That's my third episode here. What's new?
Guys, Bevan is a single and available little girl over here. Not so little
Not
anymore.
little. She's
okay.
She, she's very modest.
fully grown fruit.
Full, all these
okay.
long sleeves
Okay,
and
next, yeah.
long pants. She's been working out. She's been working out for the beach board. Yeah.
Yes. Stay tuned. I don't know what. Okay, never mind.
Are we doing a grand reveal? What the heck, Vivian?
Stay tuned. I saw,
Wait. So, what did your mom say?
Okay, so-
I love this.
Yes, the main reason why my mom is so like adamant about me finding a partner is because she's like, I scared you die alone. You know, one day I'll die, Popo will die, everyone will die. Who is with you? Nobody.
Yeah.
It's true lah.
It's
I mean,
true.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
She
lah.
is scientifically
But
correct.
who is
True.
she to say you won't die first? You know?
Okay.
That's not what I meant. That's not.
Okay, all the cards have to be.
Actually, we don't know also.
Okay, yeah. Today, guys, we're not trying to be offensive or anything.
yeah.
We're
All the
just gonna
cards
be
have to
honest.
be on the table.
Correct,
okay?
correct.
We're going to discuss all the elements of like who say I'm going to die first.
Yeah.
No, you're going to die first. We're not asking people to die.
I'm gonna after this podcast.
Okay, we're not cursing
I
anyone
could die
right now.
during this podcast.
That's crazy.
Clickbait.
Clickbait.
It's sorry.
dying during the podcast.
Yeah, that could be the
Almost.
title of
Okay,
today.
almost.
But because,
humor
I mean,
is so morbid.
It's
We,
made dark.
we were talking about this before. Who are us to know?
Who are
Who are we
Who
to
to
know?
know?
Who are us know? Who are us know we die when?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We all we know is that we are invincible until that time.
We are. I love that.
That
That's,
is it.
That's such a great.
Until
Yeah.
until you purposely throw yourself off a building or in front of a car.
Or go out without a mask.
I mean these are just
yeah.
tempting fate. But
true.
I think like for the most common response to like I'm scared of dying alone is that I think people are scared to die without a partner in life.
Yeah.
Why do you think so? Why is that something that your parents do? Like I don't hear it from anyone else but uncles and aunties.
Yeah.
And sometimes right, it's the aunties or the uncles who don't have partners.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. What?
Damn.
Are they like projecting?
They definitely
Yeah.
are.
Is it?
Usually that's the case.
Why do we link dying alone to like such a singlehood? Why do we link singlehood to such a horrible
Yeah.
a horrible
I
topic?
don't know.
Is it?
I think it comes from like being in a family structure. There's some sort of
Yeah.
like reliance and dependence on each
Yeah.
other. Which is,
I think that's true.
which I understand is where Auntie Tammy is coming from,
Yep.
right? Is that she wants you to have some sort of like security and
Yeah.
dependency and like someone to take care of you. Because like
When she
when you get
passes.
old, your health complications like increase tenfold. So it wouldn't be nice if you had, for example, if I had like kidney failure, I can't go to the dialysis center alone. I could like
You could.
but it's
Maybe by then
like-
Grab got some kind of service.
You are just flying to the
no, maybe I just send my kidneys for cleaning.
you just transfer.
Yeah, and then
Okay,
your
guys,
kidneys
we're
send it
going
back.
off way off
No,
topic
but
right
I think that's probably why people say it because they want
Yeah.
you to. They do mean the best, lah. I would think, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Like, does it irk you that people say that so often? Or maybe you're sorry when I say people, I'm talking about Auntie
My
Tammy.
mom. I don't know. I'm okay
to
with it. Yeah, I think maybe it hasn't really hit me at the
You think about
reality
it?
of dying alone. I think like for now, I'm just like I think it's just a concept to me. Like I've not really thought deep about it. Like actually I would die alone.
Perfect. We're gonna dive deep into that
Okay,
topic today.
yeah.
This episode is brought to you by nobody.
Nobody.
At the moment, it's actually brought to you by Core Studios.
Yeah.
If you guys are looking for a brand new production, hit us up.
Oh man.
All right,
what a
Ming Han,
time. Oh my
dying
God.
alone. Now that you have a family at this table
Oh,
currently,
yeah.
it's very different because you now have a wife and a daughter.
Right.
Right. What does dying alone mean to you in that context?
Literally nothing. I went into this before. I'm okay dying alone. Like literally right out the bat. 5 years old. I'm good.
5 years
I'm
old, you
tackling
realize
the world. I'm good at dying alone. Let's do this.
Just that it cannot be in the middle of the ocean.
I don't want to die of unnatural causes.
you want to just
That's
die
my
in your
fear.
sleep.
You see, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Oh.
Like who do I hurt?
Nobody.
Nobody. Like I hurt
Dying
myself.
in the sleep.
Actually, that's a good way to go.
It's-
Because
the
yeah, I
best
mean
way to
like
go.
I don't want to die in a way where let's say like I do something reckless on the road and I kill someone with
Oh,
me.
yeah,
or I don't want to die in a way where like I'm traumatizing my family or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I rather just go when it's time to go.
Yeah.
Or like unfortunately like I think I talked to my mom about it before, or like Suyen. If I'm really in some critical state, right, and I'm like nothing but a vegetable, just please let me go.
Put me down.
Like I believe in miracles, but I also believe in like let's just
Save money.
everyone suffer. Save money, like at the point. But I don't know. I've never really approached life with like I'm scared to die alone. But I am very scared of dying unnatural,
Naturally.
lonely causes. Like 127 days. I don't want to be stuck in a crevice somewhere and having to saw my arm off. No, no.
Like
Oh.
if it was me, right? Why would you saw off your leg? I'll saw off. I'll cut my vessels and just bleed out.
I think like I don't know. I don't want to die of unnatural, lonely causes. Like let's say I fell into a crevice and got stuck, in the middle of somewhere, or like the plane dove out of the sky and I'm the only one traveling, or like I don't know, man. No. Actually, this is very real.
Rich plane.
This is a very, very real. No, doesn't mean I'm the only one on a plane.
Oh.
I mean I'm with strangers.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hang on to the guy next to me. I'm like, now we're best friends. Let's hang on to each
Might
other.
as well lah.
I would.
I'm not.
I'll probably hug him.
I
I'll
don't
be
want.
like, it's good one.
I
It's
don't want.
been good one.
I don't want to show up the pearly gates of heaven to Jesus like, who's this dude you brought with you? I'm like, I don't know.
Okay.
Do you know this guy killed like 5 people and he's the last person to help?
You're not accountable for him, Ming Han.
See, but the imagination is going right
Okay,
now.
okay,
So
okay.
but a very big real fear that I have, and I really hope I'm not like putting this in people's minds the minute I say it is.
Oh, no.
I'm very, very terrified, like low-key terrified of stepping into elevators alone. Like I have that
Why,
power of terror. I don't know, it's just a height. I have a fear of heights. I have a very bad fear of heights. Now I've moved into a higher apartment. In the middle of the night, I was just like that. Really? For real. Because I haven't installed curtains yet.
Yeah.
I can
So you
hear
can
the
see-
highway. It's
Oh,
very
no.
real.
Oh, man.
So you're
I'll just-
like having a sky view.
Yeah, I cannot get on my bed. My legs are weak.
Shut up, like.
I'm
So you just,
yeah,
just
really.
pee in your bed.
Yeah, I have a bottle next to my bed. 2 liter. So it's good for like 3 rounds at least.
That's nuts.
But I have a real fear of like dying in situations where it's uncalled for. Like all of a sudden, like the lift drops. Oh
That's true, yeah.
my lord, I cannot. I can't do that kind of thing. I'm not good with like even like okay, I got to the floor, right? Then the door opened, then I step out, then the lift go down.
Oh, shit.
Then like half my body, right there.
Oh, man.
I'm not okay with
You watch
unnatural
too
lonely
many
causes.
shows a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my life growing up, I guess.
Okay.
But I think it comes to dying alone, I'm not like particularly terrified of like I don't place any importance of being like single or married in terms of like dying alone. I feel that it's a worse life if you married someone wrong and then you die with them. Like you get what I mean? I've never been in support of that lah. Oh, happy new year.
sorry.
See, anything happened. Something happened right there
something.
just now.
Okay, we're gonna maybe draw some parameters for the discussion today. When we talk about dying alone, we're not actually talking about being single and then dying single. We're talking about actually the act, the final breath that you
Right.
take being isolated, being alone.
Alone.
And a very recent realization that we had, because again it was like on Facebook and articles, right, was that coronavirus patients, because they were isolated from their friends and family, unfortunately had to pass away alone.
Yeah.
And doctors were trying their best, to give them devices for them to FaceTime their family. I cannot imagine what that's like, because that's really heart-wrenching. Imagine like your loved one or your family member or your wife or your partner, right,
Yeah.
is on their deathbed and you cannot like be there. Wow, dude, that's actually quite
That
traumatic.
sucks,
It's
man.
really
I think
traumatic.
that
Yeah.
was really what put us into lockdown, like real lockdown, as in like I cannot imagine because they don't care, Like
Yeah.
if anyone
they
gets it,
really
they don't
don't
care.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
The worst is like okay, our parents or elderly, like okay, they're adults. But in our fear, like Suyin and my fear is what if Haley gets it?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh
And then
my
she
goodness.
doesn't know anything. She's consistently
Oh, don't
scared.
talk, I'll cry, dude,
that
shit.
kind of thing. So like that was a very
That's nuts.
real fear. And when you put yourself into someone's shoes like that, right? I cannot imagine the things that's not like left unsaid, the
Yeah.
things that you haven't done, and then suddenly the doctor comes in like, you know what? I'm sorry, your family cannot see you. You can
yeah.
never touch their hands anymore. You can't hug them anymore. You're here. You have 2 hours,
Yeah.
and here's your FaceTime.
Oh man.
GG,
Yeah.
WP, good luck, have fun. And I don't know, that really is what brought up this whole conversation of dying alone. I think during the MCO period, like how do you even prepare for something like that? Like you can't.
One thing that is interesting is like maybe we are not afraid of dying alone, but the thought of like someone we love dying alone that hurts us.
Maybe.
I think that's
But
Maybe.
I guess that's why death has such an impact, right? It's not so much the person who dies.
Yeah.
It's the people they leave behind.
Yeah.
Right? But okay, project yourself onto, in an ideal situation, let's say all 3 of us had the opportunity to have a room, a comfortable bed,
Yeah.
and then like we get to have some of like the last 5 minutes with each of the important people in our lives, say some final words. in that final moment where you draw your last breath, right? Think about it right now. So just like close your eyes. I mean, if you're driving, don't close your eyes.
Nope.
But if you
Please.
can, just really take a moment, think about that moment in the future when you are about to pass on into the great beyond. We're not going to talk about what happens after. That's a different podcast. But for right now, dying alone, are you okay if it's at night in the hospital with no one around you? Does that scare you?
I don't know what would have gotten me to a hospital alone at that time, but I think because I have family and I have a kid and a wife now, that is scary. Like I ultimately, because I think not just for myself, but I don't know how Suyen was going to explain to Haley something like that.
Yeah.
Like I think I can talk about it, but I'm very sure many kids and many of y'all have grown up knowing people who have gone through the same situation where there's suddenly one parent doesn't come back or both parents don't come back. I cannot imagine it. Like the maybe the context of dying alone is more important, like in under what circumstance it happens is more important than just like dying. That kind of thing.
So let's paint a different picture. Let's say we are in hospital and then you and your partner's with you, but then it's at night and you're sleeping, but suddenly you know
You're about to die.
you're about to die already. And then you can't make noise, you don't have the energy to, and then you look at your partner, you slip into the beyond.
Right, so you're like floating above your bed right now.
Yeah, like that.
Oh
like
my
this
that.
is it, boy.
Like, is that
This is it.
like
a good gander.
I feel even right there, the presence of a loved one next to you, even if you can't reach out and talk to the person for help, it does feel better.
Feel bad.
It's weird, right?
It's comforting in a weird way.
I mean, it's not like the person's going with you, what? You know?
Yeah.
I think you're worried more for them than yourself.
Yeah.
You
it's like-
definitely.
I'm
Yeah.
out. My debt's gone.
Yeah.
Credit card gone.
Yeah. Like my thought is like, okay, let's say like I'm like okay, but I'm just thinking, it's
Shucks.
gonna be so sad for
Yeah,
the other person. Yeah, because
exactly.
like I'm just like bye.
Then I
I
worry
can come
about-
and ghost you anytime.
Oh,
I mean like
literally.
yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
But then like, I mean, okay, for me, definitely the worry is like, oh, shucks. I think it's definitely more worry for them than worry for myself.
Yeah, I agree.
Because like, oh crap, have I signed off like where my money is going to go to help like Kaylee's for college and stuff like that? Like I think for my primary family, which is like Ming Yu and my mom and dad, that's okay because like I'm younger than my parents and technically my parents have like control of some stuff and students have control of stuff, but it's nothing about me. I'm not worried about myself. If I hit the ground 6 feet
Like,
under.
let's be honest, like
Pop
everyone
up.
who's listening to this, right? When you are about to face the darkness
Or the pearly white gates.
or the pearly white gates,
to you.
let's be honest, you don't think about that project you didn't finish,
Yeah.
right?
does?
You don't think about that report you didn't have time
To
to
be
send
honest,
off.
the minute I hit the toilet, I don't think about anything already. So I'm really
Maybe
used
not
to it.
you, Ming Han, but for people who like,
Yeah.
So I feel like when you talk about these things, right? Like Ming Han said at the start of the podcast, it really brings to mind the things that are important to you.
Right.
And as much as you want to argue and fight or don't fight about it, the reality of the situation is when you're about to die, you don't think about the 100 million you have or don't have. You think about the people around you.
Yeah.
I think
Right?
there's a good context where we can put this question to figure out why is this question such a hard-hitting one.
Yeah.
It's really not about the situation of dying, but in this article that Ch'ng Kai Liang,
Yes, I think so.
CK,
CKL.
he what this article really brings out is what really makes you feel the weight of this question is the kind of life you have lived. So like, have you really provided for your friends or your family who's around you? Have you been a good enough friend that you don't need to worry about dying because you know that people are going to be there to help you wrap things up? Have you made a good impression on people? Have you left things unsaid or undone? Or have you wrapped up all your loose ends and stuff like that? Basically, this guy talks like he really has a beautiful article about like, okay, what is your regrets now?
Yeah.
Have you become the person that you want to be?
Yep.
Have you had a good life? And that's it. And to be honest, if you think about it, if you really respected the people you've met, you've loved the people in your life, you've treated your family well, all that kind of jazz, I don't think dying at any circumstance is something bad. Like the most recent one is like Chadwick Boseman, R.I.P.
yeah.
Rest in power, King, Wakanda. He is one of the examples where I think his death was such an impactful one compared to a lot of celebrity deaths because he never glorified his situation. Instead, the things that he did like in the past 5 years was such a huge impact. He literally gave the whole black community a new hero to look up to. He suffered in silence and at the same time he did work for that same disease. The environment that he created around his death, I don't
never
think
about him, yeah.
I don't think it was anything terrifying other than the fact that, yeah, sure, He's left behind sad people. He's left behind people who are mourning for him. But that is, I guess,
That's a life well lived, man.
Yeah, it
Right?
is. It's that it. That's it. He still dies alone. It's not like everyone dies with him, but you still die alone.
Because I mean, if again, I'm sorry we have to bring it to such dark times, but if you think about dying, right? Just touching on like where you go next. Even if someone died at the same time with you, you don't know if you can hold that person's hand in the ghost realm, right?
It's true.
Because like, okay, what if? Okay, so everyone has their own set of beliefs and religious upbringing and stuff. So if you're like a Christian like myself and Ming Han, you believe in heaven and hell. So your whole life, you kind of end up in one of these two places. And for everyone else, some people believe in reincarnation. Some people believe in the 7 levels of hell, where after that they get reincarnated. But some people think that the minute you like die, right,
gone.
you just it's game over lah.
Yeah.
That you plug out, then you don't have to feel anything because you are nothing.
Yeah.
Like, so it could, I mean,
Wow.
dude, that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So it's a conversation that we don't have. We're not talking about that. We're just talking about the end of your life in that last moment, right? Will your regrets pour out? Regrets will pour out.
Yeah, it will.
But I feel like just to be ready for those regrets, a couple of things that we mentioned was like, number one, when you live life, right, it's not about what you have, it's about who you have.
Yeah.
But more importantly, so live life like it's your last day, man.
Yeah,
It's true.
I think to give a flip side on that, maybe like we can't talk too much about this. I think it is what it is, right? Really, as much as the opposite side of like, okay, everyone's gonna die alone, right? But if you think about it, we also live alone. Yeah, we live with people, but every day we're in life alone. We have choices and thoughts and emotions we feel on our own.
Wow,
We
yeah.
are always determined by these actions that I think we will never explain to other people the full extent of why we do what we do. We also live alone. And we are setting ourselves up.
I'm just having a moment.
But we are setting ourselves up for that death alone as well.
Because you come into this world.
You come alone. I mean,
you
via
are
your mom.
that, like the individual person at the end of the day.
Yes, you are your choices,
Wow.
and then your choices
That's
die.
crazy.
And that's pretty much it. So instead of focusing on like, we all know there's going to be a full stop somewhere.
Yeah.
We just don't know where we are in that sentence right
That's
now.
scary
Wow.
also actually.
Right?
Yeah.
But I think if there's any writer not knowing when your pen is going to run out of ink,
Wow.
what sentence are you writing
Wow.
so far? That's the only choice we have, guys. Guys, I can't even help like Vivian, Mingyu, Ryan, everyone sitting around me. I can't do anything for their lives.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, everyone at this table chooses what you're going to do in the next hour, in the next 3 hours of
Yeah.
so on and so
Wow.
forth. That's as much control as we have over anything else.
Vivian,
right?
what say you?
I'm speechless.
You are.
This is like, wow, okay, I've never seen it in that way. But then,
The flip side.
yeah, that's
Why-
just
why-
crazy.
Why are we so worried about dying alone if we never live properly? That kind of,
Yeah.
QOTD.
I guess, but then some people have life goals.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
bucket list,
Oh, yes, true,
bucket
true.
list, yeah.
That's true.
Like I can't die because I haven't climbed the mountain,
Yeah.
like something like that.
Yeah, I love that
Yeah.
kind of things because you could literally die climbing a mountain too.
Also that.
I love
But
it.
at least they climbed the mountain.
At least
lah.
they did what they thought was important.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Right?
good.
So I guess just I don't want to endorse the live with no regrets, reckless
You will always have
lifestyle.
regrets. Yeah.
Yeah, no
Regret
matter
is
what.
part of life. I think to deny regrets, you are in some kind of denial that no human being has no regrets.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true. Yeah.
I think you meet someone and say, I have no regrets in my life.
You're
I'm like,
stupid.
"Mhm."
You are the
yeah.
regret.
You are the
Your
regret.
parents regret having you, maybe.
Oh.
But no, I just feel like, this article is like, a good life happens today.
Yeah.
That's it.
Man,
don't worry about
If
tomorrow.
you guys want to check it out, make sure you just jump over to medium.com and just type.
I'm terrified of dying alone.
I'm terrified of dying alone.
Or
That's
we'll
literally
link
the
the
article.
article.
We'll link
in
it in our
yeah.
YouTubes and
Man.
whatever else.
Love it.
Just to wrap this up, because we don't want to spend too much time on such a heavy, dreary topic, right? What are your
More plans of time.
Can we
After-
make it fun? Talk about an apocalypse they die.
okay, no. What I feel like we need to walk away with some good advice.
What
Oh, okay,
has
okay.
made life worth living for you so far? Have you thought about
Wow.
So
what
for me-
makes life worth living?
For me, at least, right? I think even right now, I know that when it's my time to go, right? It's the things that I will hold on dear to in my grey days are the relationships and the people that I've met along the way.
Right.
Like to me, that's a really important one because I mean, I could live in a like a shoebox, or I could live in a mansion, but it doesn't make a difference if like it doesn't make a difference because like at the end of the day, it's the relationships that really count for me, at least.
Yeah.
What about you, Vivian?
Wait, what's the question?
what is worth you like living life for? What has made your life worth living for?
Wow.
Wow.
I honestly don't know the answer.
Bread.
Oh,
I'll
bread.
be very honest. Bread is a very big part of my life.
Bread.
Bread and coffee.
Bread.
What makes you happy?
What makes me happy?
I think that's the question.
That's another tough question to
okay,
answer.
Vivian, that's difficult. Ming Han?
I think to sum it up, right? If there's anything that I know that hopefully I've made an impact in my life, right? I don't know. I've come to my own thesis of this. It's 2 days that will prove to myself that I've made life worth living for myself and for other people. First day is my wedding day. Like whoever and the kind of people who will come, who will celebrate with you is a big deal for me. And the second one is, unfortunately, none of us ever see it. The people who attend your funeral.
Ooh.
I'm a very big believer in that.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that, in line with this theme, I think that is the real end goal. Like I will never know about, but I live to see. I would love to see. Have I made an impact big enough that people want to send me off, or people want to I don't know,
Celebrate your
enjoy
life.
things together. It can be simple things. I mean, and hey, we don't have to have these extremes. We celebrate this with each other all along, like the whole time, like housewarmings, birthday parties, all these kind of smaller things. But I think to me, I hope that I doesn't have to be a big wedding like or a funeral, but I hope that the people who attend these things in the course of my life are people that I know and I want to be there. Like if I predicted 10 out of 10 these people will be there, wow, happiness to me is 10 out of 10 these 10 people will be there.
But you're dead.
That's it. I'll be watching.
He'll be at the corner there. Like,
I'll be watching.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, noted.
And then I'll know if
Thanks.
1 out of 10 don't come, that's the guy I'm ghosting.
Guys, I hope this podcast didn't make your week sad, but if anything, I hope this gave you a different perspective on where you are in life and just kind of be really, really thinking about how you spend every day. Because now I'm in the mode where I'm like, you know what? I need to reevaluate what's
Like treasure those around you.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
because that's the. I mean, at the end of the day, really on your deathbed, right? Would you rather have $100 million next to you or your friends and family next to you?
Yes.
My friends and family, hands
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, I mean, the $100 million is not going to smile and hold your hand and
Yeah,
sing
no, and
your-
you can't
Yeah.
bring it to where you're going.
You can't.
Yeah, I mean, you can't bring your
really
parents.
can't.
You should not
Also-
be bringing your family too. Just saying.
Yeah, that's a great
Yeah.
point.
You should
That's
not
a great
Yes,
point.
yes, yes.
Wear those masks, man. But really, guys, if you guys have any comments and thoughts about
Yeah.
this, we would love to hear it because it's such a big topic. We've never touched anything like this.
Tag us with the hard questions, guys.
Please do.
That's the end of 2020. We're going to answer all the hard questions.
Share with us your
Everything.
thoughts and feelings about dying alone or even just dying in general. Let us know what you want to talk about next on the podcast, and we will see you real soon. We've got a brand new bunch of content coming out on Takeaway Table.
Yeah.
Make sure you stay awake for those schedules. Don't sleep on it. Vivian, any
Be
last
safe.
words to your fans?
What do I say? I don't
And
know.
just give us something.
I have a rocking board now. Want to see
Oh,
beach body?
no.
No.
Okay, you just say something?
Thank you.
Oh,
Love it. Ming Han?
be safe, guys.
All right. Take care.
Yeah, be
Oh,
safe. Wash your hands. Wear your mask.
And watch that ass.
Watch your phone.
See you guys. Bye.